Have you ever wondered what's actually making your favorite app work, or your website, or even your smartwatch? Well, it's not magic. It's all about instructions, written in a special kind of language. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the world of programming languages. Okay, so here's the absolute best way to think about this, and it'll make everything else click. Programming languages are a lot like spoken languages. You've got English, Spanish, Mandarin. They all have their own rules, their own grammar, and you use them in different situations, right? It's the exact same idea in the world of code. You pick the right language for the job. So, what is a programming language really? At its heart, it's a bridge. It's the amazing tool that lets us take an idea from our own minds and translate it into a set of super structured instructions that a computer can actually understand and execute. It's how we turn what if into working software. And just like we have language families like Romance or Germanic languages, programming languages can be grouped together too. So let's dive into the main families, starting with the ones that get right down to the metal. So right off the bat, there's this huge split. On one side, you have low-level languages. Think of these as the computer's native dialect. They're super close to the hardware, giving you this incredible fine-grained control over everything. They're perfect for things like operating systems, but man, they are tough to write in. Then on the other side, you have high-level languages. These are much closer to English. They're way more intuitive for us, which makes them easier and faster to write with. And that's why they're used to build pretty much all the apps and websites we use every single day. But it doesn't stop there. We also have scripting languages. These are cool because they're often interpreted on the fly. The computer reads and runs them one line at a time. This makes them awesome for automating tasks and for all the interactive stuff you see on the web. And then you've got what are called domain-specific languages, or DSLs. These guys are the ultimate specialists. They're designed to do one job and do it perfectly. SQL, for instance, only knows how to talk to databases, but it's the absolute best in the world at. All right. Enough with the theory. Let's actually meet some of these languages and see what they do in the real world. Think of this as a quick world tour of the biggest names in the game right now. First up, the modern invaders. You've probably heard of Python. It's famous for having this clean, simple syntax that's almost like reading English. That's made it the #1 choice for a ton of fields, especially AI and data science. Then you have JavaScript. It is, without a doubt, the language of the web. Literally every time you click a button, see an animation, or fill out a form in your browser, that's JavaScript making it happen. Now, let's talk about the heavy hitters, the powerhouses. Java has been an industry giant for decades, thanks to its famous philosophy, write once, run anywhere. It's the engine behind massive corporate systems and pretty much every single Android app. And then there's C++. When you need raw, blistering speed, this is what you turn to. We're talking about high-end video games, complex financial simulations, situations where every single millisecond is critical. And of course, we have our specialists, the masters of one craft. We mentioned SQL before. It is the universal language for getting information out of databases. If you work with data, you just have to know it. And in a similar vein, you have R. This language was literally built by statisticians for statisticians. It's an incredibly precise tool for deep statistical work and creating really powerful charts and graphs. Okay, so there are a ton of options out there. It can be a little overwhelming, right? So how in the world do you choose one? Let's get practical and talk about how you can find the right path for you. Really, it all boils down to one simple question. What do you want to build? Seriously, that's step one. Your project is your guide. If you want to build websites, you're going to look at JavaScript. If you're dreaming about AI, Python is your new best friend. Next, think about performance versus speed. Do you need something to run lightning fast, or is it more important to build your project quickly? And finally, and this is a big one, check out the community. A language with a huge, active community means you'll find tons of tutorials, forums to ask for help, and libraries of code that can save you a whole lot of time. One thing is for sure in tech, nothing ever stands still. And that's absolutely true for programming languages. So where is all this heading? Let's take a quick peek at what's on the horizon. Well, the AI explosion is going to keep Python right at the top for the foreseeable future. But at the same time, there's a huge push for building safer, more reliable software. That's why languages like Rust are getting so much attention. They're designed from the ground up to prevent common, costly bugs. And maybe the biggest trend of all is the rise of low-code and no-code platforms. These are tools that are empowering people who aren't programmers to build their own custom applications, which is a total game changer. So let's do a super quick recap of those main families. You've got your low-level languages for talking to the hardware, your high-level languages for building apps, scripting languages to make the web interactive, and your specialized DSLs that are just masters of one specific job. So look, if you only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this simple little guide right here. Low level is for hardware. High level is for apps. Scripting is for the web, and DSLs are for special tasks. That's a really easy way to keep the whole landscape straight in your head. At the end of the day, programming is the modern language of creation. It's how we speak our ideas to machines and watch them come to life. And as technology keeps accelerating, being able to speak this language is becoming more and more powerful. So with this map of the coding world now in your hands, the only real question left is, which language will you choose to explore first?